Hello, I'm Henschke, your Chief Advocate at National Seniors, and welcome to another edition of PAM. Now, PAM is our policy, advocacy and media video newsletter, and this will be the last one for 2018. So let's look back at some of our wins over the past 12 months, and let's look ahead to 2019. It's been an extraordinary year. Back in March, Bill Shorten announced there would be a blanket removal of franking credits from retirees with no taxable income. Well, the opposition reversed its plans to stop pensioners from receiving refunds of excess franking credits after National Seniors and others raised concerns about this in the media. We're still fighting this change for self-funded retirees. Now, by the way, that pensioner guarantee is worth on average $1,300 a year. Also, some good news in August. The federal government gave up its plan to scrap the energy supplement for all new age pension recipients. We opposed this plan because it would have cost a single pensioner $365 and a couple $550 a year. Well, now National Seniors is advocating more support for pensioners by indexing the energy supplement. Also around the same time as that was announced, there was another announcement that there would be a regulated price for electricity. Now, National Seniors has been advocating for a regulated price for electricity for some time. Our submission to the ACCC Electricity Pricing Inquiry continued this call, and we were very pleased to see that our policy was mirrored in the ACCC recommendation. The recommendation is for a default offer with a regulated price and basic consumer protections. Both Labor and the Coalition have agreed to this, and a default offer with this regulated price is expected on the 1st of July 2019. Now, at the federal budget in May, National Seniors called for an increase in the amount of money that you can earn without affecting your pension. This was part of our budget submission. Well, the federal government announced an increase to the work bonus scheme in the budget. It also announced an extension of the eligibility to the self-employed. A pensioner will be able to earn up to $7,800 a year from July 2019 without impacting pension entitlements. The May budget also saw a number of new high-level home care places being announced, 14,000 in fact, that would be released over the next 2 years. Well, National Seniors has been calling for more high-level packages to meet the high demand for these services. We want people to be able to stay in their home rather than moving into a home. Also in May, in the budget, an expansion of the pensions loan scheme was announced. Now, this will be extended to everyone of pension age from the 1st of July 2019. This includes an increase in the allowable income to 150% of the age pension. National Seniors supports allowing older Australians to use the equity in their home to remain at home and enjoy a better quality of life. In September, one of the biggest announcements of the year was the Aged Care Royal Commission. The federal government announced there would be a commission into the aged care sector looking at quality and safety. And National Seniors has raised issues about this in both residential and home care for quite some time. And we welcomed the announcement because this is going to be a powerful way to improve this important service for seniors. The Royal Commission will also allow for a forensic investigation of aged care. It's an opportunity also for us to outline some much needed reforms for improving quality of care. The Royal Commission will be looking at issues surrounding both residential and home care, and the Commission is holding its first consultations in Adelaide in late 2018. National Seniors is going to be there as part of that inaugural event. Our research will be part of the material used by the Commission to form its findings, and we are going to play a critical role in this once-in-a-generation process of reform. The Commission will run right through until April 2020, with early findings being handed down in October next year. Our website will be your point of contact for all the news and all the progress. In addition to the Royal Commission into aged care, there's another hot button issue that's been around for quite some time, and that is the almost 1 million older Australians who are looking at losing their franking credits. It had its first hearing in late November, and National Seniors has put in a lengthy submission informed by members' stories, and we're going to keep fighting over this because the average loss for a self-funded retiree is around $5,000 a year. Now, I mentioned before that we've been very pleased to have fought for and won the pensioner guarantee, which is worth more than $1,300 a year to a pensioner, but we won't rest until we have a fair and sustainable retirement system. This is why we're proud to be part of the Alliance for a Fairer Retirement System. And we helped organise a major event in Sydney in October, which has kept this issue alive politically. We'll continue to fight for the self-funded retirees in the run-up to polling day in 2019, whenever it may be. But May seems to be the hot tip, although some people are even talking about an election as early as March. So the federal election, what's going to be our major priorities? Well, we're in the process of preparing our list of priorities at the moment, which, as always, is informed by what you, our members, tell us. At the top of the list is our fight to fix pension poverty. We're going to continue to campaign with the Benevolent Society to take the politics out of the pension. And we're going to do that by calling for the creation of an independent tribunal to set the rate of the aged pension. Now, given the focus that's been created by the Royal Commission, we will also call for a doubling of the number of high care home care packages, so we can ensure that those people who want to stay in their home and not go into an aged care home can do so. We'll also push for better quality care and demand that all aged care staff have dementia training. Another area that we're going to continue to fight for in the run-up to the election is better housing options. They're also a key to ageing. We'll call on the new government to adopt a downsizing policy that enables pensioners to downsize and not lose out financially. Other key issues we're going to target in the run-up to the election are going to be health costs and the need to tackle elder abuse. 2018 has been a huge year of change, and one of change for the good. We're going to build on that change in 2019. The election and the Royal Commission will ensure that our issues are kept front and centre. National Seniors at every level is working tirelessly to make sure Australia is a better place for all older Australians. As we often like to remind those in power, every second voter is now over 50. We simply ask that they be given a fair go. Whatever party is in power, we're going to continue to be your independent voice. And I thank you once again for being members of National Seniors. You are who we are and why we do what we do. Thank you also on behalf of all of us at National Seniors, and I hope you have a safe and happy Christmas. And I look forward to talking to you again in 2019. And I'll leave you today with a story brought to us by our cameraman and editor, Steve Rhodes. He came across a group of people who get together every Friday for a bit of breakfast and a cup of coffee. They're called the Fairfield Strollers. And one day when Steve was walking his dog, he came across them. Here's the story. Sunrise over the Brisbane Corso in the suburb of Fairfield, and a diverse little group known as the Fairfield Strollers has assembled, as they've done every Friday for the last 18 months, to enjoy a hearty breakfast and an hour or two of convivial conversation.
The teacher said to the young fella, he said, "What do you like at accounting?" He said, "I'm pretty good." He said, "My dad taught me." Well, he said to him, "What comes after 7?" He said, 8. He said, he said, "What's after 8?" He said, 9. "What's after 10?" He said, "Jack."
Yeah, I read that, yeah.
It's just a nice, uncomplicated group to belong to. We hardly know each other's name, first names, let alone last names. You don't have to sort of belong to the club, sign off. You don't send your apologies if you're not coming. It's just rock up if you feel like it. If you want to bring food, do. Don't worry if you're not. There's always tea and coffee. Right. Bottom line. And it's surprising how many people turn up and they say, "Oh, this is the thing I look forward to most." And
we've progressed from here. It's actually called 4 Legs and 2.
Yes.
Because a lot of people had dogs.
That's right. Fairfield Strollers. 4
Fairfield
legs and
Strollers.
4 legs and 2. That's it. Well, 2 legs and 4. 2 legs and 4.
6 legs in total.
Yeah.
So we've progressed to here, and the crowd gets bigger and bigger, and it's quite entertaining and gives people something to do.
Whoa! Gotcha.
The group evolved over a period of about 18 months during long early morning walks along the Corso by Anna and George, where they struck up a friendship with other members of the community. As time went by, the casual relationships developed into something deeper.
Each time we saw them, the talks got longer, the walks got shorter, and it got to be the point of, we really should have a coffee one day. Anyway, it just sort of, oh, this is such fun, let's just keep doing it on Fridays. Are you going to have a coffee now or a tea? Coffee? Weak and milky.
A long-time member of the group, Helga Pahl, is a wonder and an inspiration to us all. Well into her 80s now, Helga began writing only 10 years ago and has written some incredibly inspiring and revealing stories about her childhood, growing up in Germany during World War II and experiencing the horrors of war. Horrors most of us only ever read about. Yet she survived, and after marrying her Dutch husband, they moved to Australia, where they bought a home in Yeronga. She's just released her 4th book.
It's $10, that's all, because it costs $10 to print. And that's how I let them go, for $10.
And they're a wonderful book.
I think they're good.
They're all very good.
Oh, I just think it's just wonderful to be in, to come to a city and find this country atmosphere and everyone joining in together and getting to know each other. I think it's just a wonderful thing for this community, and we've really enjoyed it. Everyone's really friendly, and I just think it's just a great idea, and I hope lots more people do the same thing.
It's excellent. You make good friends, and as people move on and new people come. And it's a wonderful, non-threatening environment. You can be friendly, you can joke and laugh, and you don't have no restrictions. There's no order. It's just emerged by chance.
After polishing off the last of the leftovers, it's time to say goodbye. Until next Friday, when old acquaintances will be renewed and possible friendships forged.
Bye, honey. See you next week. Bye, love. Oops, careful. Careful, you're right. Bye-bye, love. Bye. Take care.
Hey, come here.
Someone once said to me, do you have a newsletter and what's your website? And I just laughed and I said, oh my goodness, if it ever gets to that, I'm out of here.